Hello, dears. Welcome back. Today is second day of our huge conference, and I'm pretty happy to welcome Mark Anstead. He is the head of business development of Projecthydro, and now he is going to talking about his project, make presence, and welcome to all of you. Mark, stage is yours.
Thank you, Sergey. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. And for everybody watching, I hope you are able to learn something new about while you're watching this conference, and more importantly, what we're doing specifically at Projecthydro and what we're building. So now I'm going to share my screen and basically go through a little bit of a presentation for you guys. Alrighty, let's move this thing over here. All right, so in essence, Hydro is essentially a decentralized ecosystem for financial services. When it was created, it was basically jump-started by a fintech firm in New York City called Hydrogen Platform. They're a pretty large fintech company, and they're working with a lot of Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies. And they realized back in 2017, when the Equifax hack occurred, there was about 150 million users or consumers that were affected by that leak. And they realized, okay, how can we find a solution for this? How can we make businesses and the end users more secure? And after a bunch of meetings and conferences, they realized we need a blockchain solution, because obviously they've been in the blockchain field or invested in cryptocurrencies for a while. So they had a lot of understanding about what the underlying technology was and how they can bring out a usage for, I guess, both businesses and users alike. So what Hydro is and what we're building are a bunch of smart contracts, APIs, dApps, which is a decentralized application, a dApp store, which is pretty much finished. We're just doing a reskin on it. And of course, the Hydro token. All of our protocols and smart contracts are completely free to build on and integrate for both businesses and users alike. So there are 6 phases as a part of our project. The first phase is Raindrop, and that basically deals with authentication. We'll be diving deeper into each one of these a little bit later on. The second one is Snowflake. The third is Ice. Fourth is Tide. The fifth one is Mist. And the final phase is Hail, which was a little fun fact. Hail was actually an idea that was brought on by one of our community members, and realized that we were able to use different protocols that we were already building to essentially create a new product that is extremely necessary for the future of a lot of the things that we're building. So now let's jump into actual like the actual phases and what we're doing in each one of them. So the first phase is Raindrop, and that deals with authentication. It basically enables people to build any type of authentication solution, and you're probably pretty familiar with Google Authenticator or Authy, which are probably the two main two-factor authentication solutions out there right now. Raindrop, on the other hand, functions in the opposite manner. So instead of having a user go and enter the 6 digits onto their website. So, for example, if you're using Google Authenticator, you always have to go in on your mobile device and enter in 6 digits onto the computer. Like, let's say you're logging in onto an exchange. This could be basically any exchange that you're trading on. And you go in, you enter those 6 digits that are basically using a TOTP algorithm, and you enter those in onto your computer. So what's the issue with that? Like, that's the big question. Well, first of all, you can be extremely prone to phishing. You can be impacted by SIM swaps. And one of the other big issues is that a hacker, once they have your username and your password, they can just create a bot that just spits out random 6-digit numbers and is able to eventually get into your account. And that's a big, big issue because there's a lot of experienced people who have had their accounts breached, even though they're using 2FA. So, how does Raindrop work? Okay, it works in the opposite manner. So, instead of entering in these 6 digits onto the desktop, you're given those 6 digits on the on like your web page. So let's say you're logging in onto an exchange, whether it's Binance, Wobi, OKEx, or anything like that. Assuming the protocol is integrated, a 6-digit number will be brought up onto the web page, and you're required to enter those 6 numbers onto your mobile device. And it basically connects and communicates via APIs. So the only way that you can log in onto that account is by entering those 6 digits in on that one specific mobile device. So in order to hack in onto that one person's account, they have to hack in onto every single mobile device on the entire network, which is virtually impossible. Not only that, it can help protect you from SIM swaps. It can help protect you from being phished, because if you're logging on to a phishing website, it'll basically say that the code is not correct, and you'll realize, oh crap, like I'm not on the right website. So that's Raindrop in a nutshell for you. The second phase is Snowflake. And we're actually going to be showing a little bit of a demo of what you can do with Snowflake later on. Snowflake, in essence, is a digital identity management protocol. And this enables people to have more control over their user identity. This is basically what we imagined to build after the Equifax hack. So, assuming that a company is using a protocol like Snowflake, users are able to have a much more trustless environment and know that their private information is being as secure as possible, as all of this is blockchain based. And some of the things that you can do with Snowflake is not only with KYC and onboarding users, as you'll see later, but you can also build different types of payment applications, or dApps, which is a decentralized application. And that can deal with P2P payments by paying via your EIN, which is your Ethereum identification number. Or you can build lending or mortgage dApps and tie in third-party credit scores to enable a complete trusted environment for all of your users. Our third phase is ICE, and this deals with document management and document signing. So when someone is going to basically sign a document. Like, let's say you're going to an insurance company. I was doing some work with some life and health insurance, about or life and disability insurance a few years ago. And whenever you have to sign a legal document, you always have to have a witness signature. So with ICE, one of the big benefits, and this isn't approved by um, law yet, but it is something that we're looking to do down the line. And one of the things that you'll basically be able to do is remove the need for a witness signature, because by tying in Snowflake, which is our digital identity management protocol, you are able to prove that when you're signing a document, it is actually you signing it via your biometrics. So by tying in all of these different protocols, it makes for essentially, I mentioned it before, a much more trusted environment, and that's essentially what you want to have when you're dealing with any business or consumer. And with document management, this is going to be really beneficial because we'll be able to leverage IPFS, which is interplanetary file system, and you're going to be able to transfer files easily to anyone, anywhere around the world, um, and basically tie all of that back to your EIN, which is your Ethereum identification number. Um, Tide is our fourth phase, and this deals with payments, which is obviously a big deal with blockchain and cryptocurrency as a whole. The actual protocol that we're going to be building, which is actually in development right now, enables for recurring payments, so like subscription payments. So let's say you want to go and pay for a subscription on Netflix or Hulu, Amazon, or anything like that, or even to pay your monthly bills for your utilities at your home. This is something that Tide will be very helpful with. We're actually in communication with a lot of different companies to, excuse me, to enable a sort of premium feature by enabling virtually any cryptocurrency to be paid on a monthly basis. Now, this is something that's obviously been a very big deal for using smart contracts, because there have been a lot of inabilities for like Bitcoin and Ether to be enabled to do some of these types of things. Now, along with Tide, you're able to build invoicing dApps, gift card dApps, and even interest dApps, because all of these applications are tied back into Snowflake, which is our digital identity management protocol. Our fifth phase is MIST, and this deals with artificial intelligence. With MIST, basically anyone will be able to build and deploy an AI dApp onto their platform, which is obviously a very big deal. I'm pretty sure anybody who is in technology, if whether they realize it or not, is using AI probably about 100 times every single day when they're browsing around on the internet. It's kind of a scary thing, but our data is being used for improving artificial intelligence, and basically any SME or MNE, which are small and medium enterprises or multinational enterprises, are going to be able to have access to this. Our sixth phase is Hail. And as I mentioned before, a little fun fact about Hail is that it was brought on by one of our community members. And a lot of people have been, gaining a lot of interest with security tokenization, which is what Hail is all about. And with Hail, anybody around the world, whether you're an artist, you own real estate, or you're a company who is trying to build a security token rather than have like a stock for your company, you will able to build and deploy your own security token using Hail. We're in talks with a ton of different organizations right now and different companies who have a lot of interest with security tokenization. A lot of different projects out there right now are um, in this same type of field, and it's, in my opinion, going to be absolutely massive. Now, along with Hail, um, we're pretty much bringing a one-stop shop for the end user, which is pretty amazing. With a lot of different projects, they're missing the identity factor, which is something that we're actually able to bring to the table. And we're also planning to build a fully compliant security token exchange. So, in essence, with Hail, you're going to be able to build, deploy, trade, buy, and sell security tokens all on one platform, which is obviously a very big deal. So, with all of this stuff together, we're pretty much trying to build the decentralized future. And now I'm actually going to give you guys a little bit of a demo about one of the applications that was actually built by one of our team members, Noah Zinsmeister, which is called Snowmo. Oops. All right. So Snowmo is built using the Snowflake protocol, and that is our digital identity management protocol. Now, it is also built with an EIP, which is an Ethereum Improvement Proposal that we built last fall, which is ERC 1484, which is a digital identity aggregator. And by using both of these, we were able to basically build a P2P payment application similar to like Cash App or Venmo. And with this, people are able to use a permissionless application without even needing to use MetaMask or even know that they're using MetaMask, which is obviously like a really big deal. So what you can do is you obviously go in, you enter the dashboard. And by the way, this is on testnet. We're waiting for Snowflake to be deployed to the mainnet. And that should be done in the next 2, 3, or 4 weeks. We're just basically doing a reskin on our dApp store. So here you are on the wallet. You have your EIN, which is your Ethereum identification number, and you have some testnet Hydro. So what you can do is you can go in and you can send to virtually any EIN. So let's go and send to 100.
Mark, I think you
Yeah.
can turn off the presentation.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, do you want me to still show the Snowmo?
No.
Oh, so are we good?
Yes. Go ahead. Just continue.
Okay, sure. So what you can do is you can go and send to virtually any EIN and send any amount of Hydro to them. So let's send 1,000 Hydro, and we can say any type of message that you want if they allow it. So you can go and send it, and once that gets sent, you're just waiting on the transaction for that to be confirmed. and it's done. So now I've sent 1,000 hydro to the EIN 135. One of the other things that you can do with Snowmo is you're able to go in and by using Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, you can go and basically buy on here a digital couch, which is being charged 201 hydro, which is obviously one DAI.
Mark, if you don't mind, yes, we don't have so much time. It's extremely interesting also for me. I really
Okay.
appreciate your great project. In my understanding, you have to spend a lot of time and the huge of resources to implement it. I understood that much more of them is already done, but
Mhm.
another kind of them is have to be done. We're just very eager to know where everything is will be ended and launched. Just give us, I don't know, some advice.
Sure. So yeah, Snowflake is the second protocol that we built that is already finished.
Wow.
We're just waiting for. So I should say from the start, Raindrop is completely finished. We already have a bunch of integration partners with that. Already have applications built out on top of it as well. Snowflake is also finished. That's on testnet. We're just waiting for the DApp store to be built out or I'm sorry, it's already built out. We're just doing a reskin on it. And that should be done in the next probably like 30 days or so. And once that's done, we're going to push Snowflake onto the mainnet. ICE is going to be finished in Q2. Tide is our payment protocol, and we've actually already started development on the smart contract for the recurring payments. On a roadmap, we said that was going to be finished by Q3, but obviously, like we're already starting on that. Mist is going to be finished in Q4, and Hail will also be finished. Like the whole scope of it will be finished in Q4. We have already started development on the security tokenization smart contract.
Okay, perfect, Mark. Very great project, very interesting, and in my understanding, this is the real future of blockchain industry, which we are realized. A lot of problems have to be solved. I think our viewers and online subscribers also go to vote for your project. Yes, and we are looking for the end of this process tomorrow. Mark, thanks a lot for having you here. I wish very good luck to your project, to you, and we are eager to know what's going on our rating between this great battle. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me out here, and for all of you viewers, I hope you learned something. And feel free to come to our Telegram chat or ask us any questions. We're happy to answer them.
Thanks a
Have a good one.
lot. Yes.